You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Please make sure you have subscribed to our channel for new story. Story title, The Hare and the Tortoise. In the heart of a verdant forest, where the sun dappled through the leaves and the air buzzed with the whispers of nature, there lived a hare. This hare was not just any hare, but the swiftest creature the forest had ever seen. Her legs, though slender, possessed the strength of the winds, and her eyes sparkled with a zest for life that was unmatched. She was the envy of many and the pride of the forest. One languid afternoon, as the hare basked in the glow of her own swift feats, a tortoise lumbered by. The tortoise was the antithesis of the hare, slow, steady, and seemingly unbothered by the world's pace around him. His shell was a tapestry of age, each line telling a story of persistence, patience, and time. The hare, in a moment of jest and perhaps a pinch of arrogance, ridiculed the tortoise for his short feet and sluggish pace. She leaped and bounded around him, a whirlwind of energy, proclaiming, "Could you ever imagine winning a race against me? The wind itself would tire before you could claim victory." The tortoise, undeterred by the hare's taunts, replied with a serene smile, "Though you may be as swift as the wind, dear hare, I believe I could beat you in a race." The forest fell silent at the tortoise's words. The notion was so preposterous that even the leaves ceased their rustling to listen. The hare, taken aback, yet amused, agreed to the challenge, confident in her inevitable victory. They decided that the wise old fox, known for his fairness and cunning, should choose the course and fix the goal. The fox, intrigued by the unusual contest, selected a path that wound through the forest, over brooks, under fallen logs, and around the ancient oak tree, marking the end of the race with the flourish of his tail. As the news of the race spread, the forest buzzed with anticipation. Creatures of all shapes and sizes debated the outcome, most scoffing at the tortoise's bold claim. Yet, the tortoise remained unfazed, focusing on his preparation with a calm that belied his excitement. The hare, on the other hand, saw no need for preparation. Confident in her speed, she spent her days as she always had, racing the wind, darting through the forest, and basking in the adoration of her peer. The night before the race, the tortoise retreated to his burrow, setting his mind and body for the day ahead. Hare, amidst a gathering of her admirers, laughed and danced, certain of her victory. The morning sun rose, casting golden beams through the forest canopy, heralding the day of the race. The starting line was abuzz with excitement, creatures big and small gathering to witness this unprecedented event. The fox, with a solemn nod, signaled the beginning of the race. The hare burst forth with a speed that left the onlookers in awe, her form a mere blur against the green backdrop of the forest. Tortoise, with a steady gaze forward, began his journey, one deliberate step after another. The hare, miles ahead, could not resist glancing back. Seeing the tortoise far behind, a smirk of satisfaction crossed her face. Confident in her lead, she decided to rest by the wayside, her eyes slowly closing as sleep overtook her. The tortoise, undistracted by the hare's absence from the path, continued with unwavering determination. His pace was slow, but his spirit was indomitable. He passed the sleeping hare, his focus solely on the path that lay ahead. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the hare awoke with a start. Panic set in as she realized her folly. With all her might, she dashed towards the finish line, her heart pounding against her chest. But as she approached, a sight met her eyes that she could not believe. The tortoise, steady and sure, had crossed the finish line. He sat comfortably at the base of the ancient oak tree, a gentle smile gracing his features, dozing peacefully after his exertion. The forest erupted in cheers and disbelief. The tortoise had done the impossible. He had won the race, not through speed, but through unwavering persistence and belief in himself. The hare approached the tortoise, her head bowed in humility. "You have taught me a valuable lesson today," she said, her voice soft. "Speed and strength may win battles, but perseverance wins wars. You are truly the better racer." The tortoise, waking from his rest, looked at the hare and nodded. It is not the swiftest who win the races of life, but those who never stop moving forward, no matter how slowly they may go. And so, the forest learned that day that victory does not always belong to the swift. Sometimes, the unlikely victor is the one who understands the power of persistence, patience, and heart. Slow but steady wins the race, a lesson that echoed through the trees and into the hearts of all who witnessed the unlikely victory of the tortoise over the hare.